Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is Fatima from Pakistan, and in today's video I'll be sharing something very personal. Honestly, I never thought I would be sharing something so personal on YouTube, but here we are. So first of all, let me give you a little bit of background. So recently I was giving a presentation somewhere, and once the presentation had ended, a girl came over and said to me that I had given a very good presentation, to which I said thank you. But the next thing that she said was that the reason that she thought that I was able to deliver so articulately was the fact that I had experience as a lecturer. Now that really got me thinking as to whether I had good presentation skills because I was a lecturer, or was it due to my presentation skills that I was able to become a lecturer in the first place. Now you might think that this question is not really important, like what difference does it make, but let me explain why it is important. Now the truth is that I wasn't always a confident person. Like back in school days, I remember that I could barely speak, like literally I used to be terrible at communication. Now that I'm speaking so fluently, usually what happens is that whenever I meet somebody in my professional life, they would ask me what school I went to, and I went to a very good school, which is the Mama Parsi school. The next thing that they would conclude is that the reason that I'm able to speak so fluently is because I went to such a good school. And also whenever I share about my results, where I got the highest score in the whole world in math, again people think that that is because of the fact that I had a very good foundation in a very good school, but nobody knows about the fact that as far as school is concerned, I used to fail all the time, like literally all the time. And the funniest part is that if I actually tell somebody that no, you know what, I was never good at math, I just worked hard, they would not believe me. So in the second half of this video, I have actually shared the report cards from my school days, where you can see that specifically in math and in English I used to fail all the time. Now obviously there is a reason, there's a purpose I'm sharing all of this. So first of all, let me clarify why I'm not sharing this. So it's very important to be clear about the fact that I am not trying to imply that the school that I went to, which is the Mama school, was not a good school, because just because I was not able to perform well in two specific subjects does not mean that overall it's not a good school. And specifically this was my experience. I'm sure that other people have had different experiences, so I'm not imposing my opinion on anybody. Otherwise, obviously the school had a crucial role to play in making me the person who I am today and in developing the personality that I have. But having said all of that, what I'm trying to clarify is the misperception that people have. Number one, people think that it matters which school they are in. So for example, if somebody is not performing well academically in math or English or in any subject, there is a tendency for people to think that it's the school that matters. If for example it's the student would think that the reason that he or she is not able to perform well is because of the fact that they're not in a very good school. And similarly, there is a tendency for parents to think that way, but that is not true. Which is what I'm trying to clarify, that I was in a very good school, but still I was struggling with these subjects. Not just it's not like I failed once or twice, I failed in every class every time. So that's the one thing. The other thing that I want to clarify is that just because you're getting bad grades does not mean that you're stupid or you're dumb, or that you cannot ever get good at that subject, or that you don't have aptitude. Well, there can be so many reasons that you're not able to perform well. So let's say currently if you are already in school and you're not able to perform well, then you just need to identify what reasons are hindering your performance, instead of thinking that you're stupid or dumb. And let's say you're done with school, but during school days you were not good at English or you were not good at math, then you need to remember that your grades cannot define you for the rest of your life. So for example, like I said, that I was never good at English, I used to fail all the time. I was never good at math, I used to fail all the time. And once again, you can see the proof which I will be sharing in the second half of this video for you to see. So that does not mean that you can never be good at those subjects later on in life. That brings me to the third and the most important reason as to why I am sharing my experience and the fact of my failures. So I clearly remember that at the time when I was signing up for this degree back in 2020, so at that time I used to feel so scared, because I constantly used to think that I could not even manage to pass primary level or secondary level math. How the hell am I ever going to clear a university exam in math, right? So that really used to be a mental block. So like I was not even an average student, I was below average, right? So obviously I was scared that if I'm going to sign up for another degree which involves math, I will probably just fail again, right? Let me tell you that it took me at least 2 years just to take the decision to sign up. Now at that time, honestly, if I had just one person who could tell me that no, it's okay, you can do it, it doesn't matter that you failed in the past, it would really have benefited me. So I am trying to be that person for anybody out there who thinks that just because they couldn't do it in the past, let's say during their school days. So I'm just trying to say that, you know what, just do not give up. The bottom line is that hard work can really make a difference, a huge difference. So I really hope that some of you are going to find this video useful. Okay guys, so this right here is my report card, and this one is for the primary section. So let me show you my marks very quickly. Okay, so for instance, this is grade 3, I mean class 3, and in English, as you can see, I got 16 out of 25, and then in English I get 17 and math 19. And once again you can see that, by the way, this is class 4 now. In English I got 18 out of 25, and by the way, I got 23 out of 25 in Sindhi, which is not a surprise because I am Sindhi. Okay, now these marks are for class 5, and in English, once again, I performed very badly with 13 out of 25. And now let me show you my marks for grade 6, 7 and 8, because I changed schools after that. Right, so this one is for the secondary section, grade 6 and onwards. Okay, so as you can see, I started grade 6 with 15 out of 25 in math, and okay, so yeah, so in English, as you can see, that I got 16 out of 25. Okay, now this is where it starts getting really bad. I think this is too embarrassing for me to share, but as you can see, I got 34 out of 100. Math is the only subject in which I have failed. So even though I got promoted to grade 7, but I got 34 out of 100 in math. And I think what's worse is that even though I got promoted to grade 7, but in math I still got 4 out of 25, as you can see, on my very first test. So yeah, that brings me to the end of this video. And once again, the purpose was not to share how intelligent I am. In fact, on the contrary, I used to fail all the time, and just because of hard work, if I could manage to do it, then you can do it too. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Okay guys, so me being me, I totally forgot to mention that in another video I will be sharing how I actually managed to self-study, because I never joined any institute, and I will be sharing all of the tips that I have regarding self-studies. So if you're interested, you can watch those other videos, and if you are a teacher and not a student, then I will also be making videos about the role of a teacher and how teachers can help students who are struggling.